America's most notorious prison to reopen soon? Trump orders reopening of notorious Alcatraz prison. U.S. President says will reopen Alcatraz for most ruthless prisoners. Trump to reopen jail guarded by sharks for violent criminals. But the big question is, can Alcatraz actually be reopened? President Donald Trump has said he would order the government to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz, a former prison on a small island of the same name off the coast of San Francisco that once housed some of the most dangerous criminals in the U.S. The prison was closed 60 years ago due to its crumbling infrastructure and high maintenance costs.
It represents something very strong, very powerful in terms of law and order. Our country needs law and order. Alcatraz is, I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing and Alcatraz, the movies. But it's right now a museum, believe it or not. A lot of people go there. It housed the most violent criminals in the world, and nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found his clothing rather badly ripped up, and it was a lot of shark bites, a lot of problems.
On May 5th, the U.S. Bureau of Prisons Director Marshall said his agency would pursue all avenues to implement Trump's plans for reopening Alcatraz. Marshall said that he has ordered an immediate assessment to determine needs and the next steps. He added that USP Alcatraz has a rich history, and they will be actively working with law enforcement and other federal partners to reinstate this very important mission. Remember, now a major historical landmark and tourist destination, Alcatraz was once one of the most heavily fortified military sites on the West Coast before it transformed into a notorious federal penitentiary in 1934. As a maximum security prison surrounded by the Pacific's strong, cold currents, Alcatraz had a reputation for being a last resort facility where the most dangerous and most unruly in other prisons were sent. It was virtually impossible to escape, despite numerous storied attempts. Meanwhile, Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration continues. The president talked up his administration's pledge to pay $1,000 to immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally and opt to return to their home country voluntarily. Trump said immigrants who self-deport and leave the U.S. might have a chance to return legally eventually if they're good people and love the U.S. Remember, for years, Trump and his allies have claimed that the U.S. is being invaded by immigrants who are driving up crime rates and that foreign countries are sending their prisoners and mentally ill people to the U.S.